Hello everybody, and in this video I want to talk about that director's cut part 3. Now of course there were a bunch of director's cut from Luke Smith himself, going into a bunch of details about the past of the game, the present of the game, going into the future, but I wanted to make a video specifically talking about the PvP stuff, because that's the stuff that I really care about, and that's the stuff that I feel like I actually know something about. Instead of just sitting here being like, yeah, I totally know about all the debuffs and buffs. I know what all of these things do. I don't. I really don't. So today we're going to be talking about just the PvP section of the director's cut part 3. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. This is going over stuff like super damage resistance going down, the changes to competitive, the changes to the playlist, heavy ammo. I want to go through the changes just in a very general way and then jump into what I think about it. And then for every section, I'd actually love if you guys go to the comments and write what you think about it. So then we can have this really comprehensive list of everyone's opinions on the stuff that's changing for PvP, and you'll be able to listen to my dumb opinion because it's usually dumb. So let's jump into first things first. Super damage resistance is going down. Hey, that's pretty neat. I like these things. Of course, we haven't heard any numbers on what exactly that means, but I think we all are very aware that supers have a lot more health and they last a way longer than they did in D1. So I'm really glad that this is going to be addressed. They said that they want to make it viable for people to challenge supers. Currently, there's not many supers that I see, and I'm like, yeah, I'm totally going to go and just try and shotgun melee that dude. Because even if you land a full shotgun shot and you melee them, most of the time, it's not going to be enough for them to die. Even with hitting headshot snipes on supers, it's usually not going to be enough. And if I could make it to where I headshot something and they die, or I headshot them and then follow up with a primary kill, hit, not kill, then that would be fantastic. So I'm really excited to find out the numbers of the super damage resistance going down, but just hearing that it's going down is really great. I like that a lot. Now, talking still about supers, they're going to be reducing the effectiveness of orbs on refilling the super meter and reducing super energy gained from kills and assists. So I definitely like the getting less super energy from picking up orbs. I think that's totally fine. In terms of reducing super energy on kills and assists, I think that's fine, but I would like to really see a big difference between someone getting assists and someone getting kills. And the reason that I want that is not just because I'm like, oh, I want to be slaying in a lobby and get like 17 supers while Mr. Timmy is not getting any kills and he gets maybe one if he's lucky. That's not what I'm trying to go for. But the reason why I would like to get significantly more super energy on kills than assists is just so if you have someone that's in the lobby popping off, usually it's one person on each team that's like really popping off, they will get their super significantly ahead of other people. And then hopefully that would kind of spread out the amount of supers being used at any given time, because currently the way that it works is the game is actually pretty fun for the first portion of the game, and then it's just super because everyone gets it at the exact same time. So now that they are reducing the effectiveness of orbs on refilling your super, I feel like letting the person who's pop off get their super, you know, a good amount before someone who's not popping off could actually work really well. Because even though they are making orbs for their friends to pick up, they're not going to be as effective, so it shouldn't be as snowbally. But yeah, again, we don't know the math behind all of this. We don't know how much they're reducing the effectiveness of orbs. We don't know how much they're reducing the super energy gained from kills and assists. It's just something that I would like to see, that if you get the kill, you get a good chunk more of your super energy than an assist. That's just something that I would like to see. Who knows if it would actually be good? I'm not a developer, so you probably shouldn't even listen to me. Anyway, heavy ammo. Moving on to heavy ammo, which I'm sure heavy ammo, wow, oh man. Heavy ammo is a real son of a pain in the butt. Currently, when you load into a game of Clash or whatever, the heavy ammo is like already spawning. It's already coming into the map, and then it just stays on the map essentially forever. You get so much ammo from each heavy ammo pickup. It can also be dropped so you can pick up heavy ammo. It spawns every like 20 freaking seconds. There is way too much heavy ammo. So what are they doing to heavy ammo? Heavy ammo will now be communal in 6v6 playlists. So this is going to be the Clash, Control, Supremacy deal. Now, they haven't said what they're doing in 3v3 because we'll talk about that later. Competitive is moving to 3v3 survival, and it doesn't say what the case is going to be in survival. Maybe they just remove it from comp. I doubt that would ever happen, but maybe, possibly. Maybe it just spawns once and one player gets it. I don't know. I'm actually most concerned about the whole heavy ammo discussion, which I'll go into in detail when I talk to you guys about the changes that they're making. So heavy ammo will be communal in 6v6 playlists. So basically what that means is when players open a heavy crate, other players are going to have a window of time to interact with it to get their heavy ammo. So it's very similar to Destiny 1 heavy ammo, but it's not exactly the same. If you're not aware, in Destiny 1, you used to open the heavy ammo, and if people were in a certain radius of the heavy ammo when it was opened, they would get the heavy ammo. The way that it's going to be working in October is when someone opens the crate, other players are going to have this, what I would assume would be a small window of time to interact with the heavy ammo and get it for themselves. So it's a little bit different, but it's a similar kind of thing. Now, they're also going to be reducing the amount of ammo per brick in PvP for certain 6v6 archetypes. Now, again, I don't know what that means. It seems like they're just talking about 6v6 only and not really mentioning the 3v3 survival, which is concerning. So let's go into that. Heavy ammo is my biggest concern from all of the things that I've heard. Honestly, a lot of the things that I've heard that they're changing, I'm pretty happy about. But with heavy ammo, one, we don't know if they're going to be reducing the amount of heavy that is spawning in the game. We don't know that at all. That has not been mentioned, which honestly, it kind of makes me feel like they're not going to be reducing it. I hope that's not the case. Of course, if you get like, I don't know, 20 bullets in a super fast fire rate heavy machine gun, then maybe it's spawning as much as it does is okay. But then again, it's going to be picked up by everybody, so probably not. I don't know. I personally would like to see heavy come up maybe twice. Twice at the absolute most, I think would be my happy place. Because everyone's going to be getting it. Even though it is reduced, it's going to be the entire freaking lobby with heavy ammo, essentially. So I really want to know how often heavy ammo is going to spawn, because that's something that they didn't mention. I want to know exactly what the reduction is in the amount of ammo. Of course, this was not patch notes, so we're not going to be getting that kind of information. And I want to know what they're doing with heavy ammo in 3v3, because all of the mentions of it about heavy ammo being communal, reducing the amount of ammo per brick, is all about 6v6. There's no mention of what is happening with heavy ammo in 3v3. So I hope it's not the same. I hope that it's either gone or even more drastically reduced than in 6v6 playlists. So yeah, that's my thoughts on heavy ammo. Again, let me know in the comment section each step of the way as we're talking about this stuff, what you think about each of these points. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about is how they're switching up the Crucible playlists. So they're getting rid of the comp and quick play playlists completely, but that doesn't mean that they're going away, of course. So one playlist that we're going to have is a classic mix, and that's going to have Clash, Control, and Supremacy. And this is going to be purely connection based. I'm a little confused why we're getting Supremacy back because people don't really like Supremacy. Yeah, I would like to see Rift come back. Of course, that's a brand new mode. It's a lot more effort to make a new mode. I know it's from D1, but you're essentially making the mode all over again because we're in a very different sandbox. But I would like to see Rift come back and replace Supremacy at some point if that's what we're going to do. I think Clash, Control, and Rift would actually be a really awesome mixture of modes. But this is going to be our pure connection-based matchmaking playlist. So if you don't want any skill-based matchmaking, this is the place you're going to want to go. But you're going to have to play Supremacy. So that's your trade-off. Maybe it's a way to punish us. It's a way to be like, so I heard you want only connections. Well, you have to deal with supremacy. Maybe that's it. We all have to make sacrifices in this world. They're also changing competitive to now be 3v3 survival only. So not only is it going from 4v4 to 3v3, but they're getting rid of countdown, clash, and control, and it's just gonna be survival. I'm not a huge fan of survival. I'm not a huge fan of countdown. I only like control, basically, but I think clash would have been a bit better of a choice here. I do understand, however, why they could have wanted to go with survival. One, it's different to clash, control, supremacy. It's something that's different, which kind of sets the competitive 3v3 apart from just the regular game. Also, you are penalized for jumping off the map in survival, whereas you're not with clash. So with survival, if someone jumps off the map to avoid giving the kill up to someone, yes, they don't give that person super energy, but they do still take away a life from their team. So I think there could be some, those are good reasons. I think those are totally fine reasons as to why you'd want to make the competitive mode survival. But I just generally am not a huge fan of survival. Anytime survival comes up, I'm just like, oh crap, we're going to lose. GG, I'm going to go now. I just assume I'm going to lose. Same with countdown, actually, to be honest. Maybe I just lose a lot. Who knows? But yeah, survival, I'm not a huge fan of. I would have preferred clash, but I do understand the reasoning behind it. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I mean, it's better than having countdown. So we'll see how it plays with the heavy ammo changes that I hope are coming, because if they don't do enough heavy ammo changes for 3v3 survival, it's literally just gonna be who gets the heavy ammo, and whoever gets the heavy ammo wins, which is exactly how it is now, and I do not think that that is good. I don't like that. They're also adding, now this is really good, they are adding survival solo queue. This is great. I think this is the best thing, honestly, out of all of this stuff. There's stuff that I'm excited about that's in the PvP news, but seeing that there's going to be a survival solo queue playlist for competitive is really, really good. I think a lot more people will want to play competitive now that they can go in solo, because a big issue with people wanting to go in, regardless of their skill level, is that they don't want to go against a fully stacked team all the time and they're completely alone. They don't want to do that. So I'm really hoping that this just brings more people to the competitive playlist, more people getting those pinnacle Crucible weapons. I know that this will actually make me play comp a lot more than I do, because right now I just get the weapon and I peace out. I have no interest in playing anymore, because the road from like 0 glory to, say, around 3,000 is actually pretty fun. It's actually a lot of fun. I enjoy it. But past that, it ends up just becoming frustrating and annoying. And that's because you're only playing against full teams. So unless you have a full team of complete slayers with you as well, it's usually just going to be a pain in the ass. So this will definitely make me play a lot more comp. And I would love to ask you guys, if you're not that much of a comp player, whether you're a PvE player or you play PvP, but you only really do quick play, does the introduction of a solo queue playlist actually make you want to play more? Please do let me know in the comment section. I would love to know. 6v6 control is now coming in with its own playlist, but this is going to have skill-based matchmaking. Now, we'll be talking about skill-based matchmaking a little bit further, but it is worth noting this will have skill-based matchmaking. The only playlist that we know of at the moment that does not have it is the classic mix that has clash, control, and supremacy. So, yeah. You can choose to play control, but there is going to be skill-based matchmaking. Rumble is still going to be around, so do not worry about that. And there's also going to be a rotating playlist, which is like we have now, which will have Mayhem, Lockdown, Breakthrough, all that kind of stuff. Now, in terms of skill-based matchmaking, I do want to talk about that a little bit, because we are getting a 6v6 control playlist with it in it. They do want to make changes to matchmaking, and they are making changes to matchmaking. And what they're trying to do is just separate the brand new players from the absolute veterans. They don't want someone to load up New Light and then end up with a lobby with gigs. They don't want that to happen. And I understand that. So they do say that they want variety in skill matching, and that is both for brand new players, middle of the pack players, and the super top of the pack players. They want to make sure that there is a variety in matches. They want to have close games and complete blowouts no matter where you are on this skill-based matchmaking thing. So I've always said that my ideal matchmaking would be largely connection based, but there would be a way to separate the bottom percentage with the top percentage of players. So in my ideal world, I would like to see the middle, just straight up middle of the pack players be able to play with the bottom and with the top. The top of the pack players would only be able to play with the top and the middle, and the bottom players would only be able to play with the bottom and the middle. This way, it makes sure that you do have that large variety of matches, because if you're a top skill player and you go someone who's just like super average, you're probably going to have a blowout match, right? Like you're just probably going to. But then you could also go against people who are just as good as you, if not better. So that does create that variety in the type of matches that you are experiencing. So that would be my ideal thing. I don't know if that's something that they're doing or something similar to what they're doing, but I am really happy to hear that they are separating the brand new players from the people that have been playing for 5 years, because I think that is needed. You know, as much as we love having those games where we stomp everybody and you feel like a god, you can do that with people that are just slightly worse than you. You don't need to do it to someone who just loaded up Destiny and they don't know what a first-person shooter is and they're just trying to find out how the hell to move forward. So this is good. I do like this. I do like this. Of course, I have absolutely no idea what this matchmaking is going to feel like, but their goals, I do agree with. I agree with their goals. Now, also, they are adding 4 variants of 3v3 elimination, which include different approaches to revives and variations on how heavy ammo works. And that's going to be going to Crucible Labs. So we're going to have 4 different versions of elimination. This really shows me that Bungie just has been trying to make elimination work, and they just don't really know what's best for the game. And I love that they are then putting it out into the community and letting the community feel out which one just is better. I love that. I hope they do some type of way to have us vote for which one we liked, whether that's through sending out an email, they do it on Twitter or in the TWAB or something. Just a way, or even in game. If it was in game, that would be amazing. I don't know if that's something that they could do, but having a way for us to vote on which one is the best would be fantastic. And I will say that I am on the train of I believe Trials is returning. The reason I say that is the same reason that a lot of people have said it. 1, Elimination is back, which is a fantastic freaking game mode, and I'm just happy it's coming back. But that is the Trials game mode. And also in the Director's Cut Part 3, Luke Smith specifically said Trials of the 9 is going away forever. So that makes me feel like we're going to be getting Trials of Osiris back, which would be my first preference, because maybe we get actual Osiris and not Brother Vance to come and do his own Trials of Osiris. That would be just so good, and that's what I want. He has the best clothes. He's a real cocky son of a mother. So I think that his voice lines would actually be really freaking funny. And yeah, I would just love to know more about Osiris. And I think having a game mode that he kind of watches over would actually be a really freaking good way to find out more about him. You can put a bunch of lore in there and story in there through Trials of Osiris, which would be a really cool way to add a story to a PvP mode. I would love that. That's what I want. That's what I want. Now, to test these 4 variants of 3v3 elimination, we're going to be getting Widow's Court and Twilight Gap coming back. So they did say that because this is a Destiny 1 mode, they want to be able to get people's opinions on Destiny 1 maps, just so we can really feel like which one of these brings us the hype and that awesome feeling like D1 did. So I love that. Love the choice of maps. I would like to see Rusted Lands come back because that was my favorite. But I'm happy with Widow's Court and Twilight Gap. I'm happy to see those returning. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that all plays out. I'm just really, all of that, I'm just very happy about. I'm happy that they trust us enough to play these elimination modes and let them know which one we think is best. And I'm happy we're getting the old maps back. I really like those maps. Now, moving on to glory ranks, which is the last thing we have to talk about. This has been a long video, and I have not even taken a break to stop talking at all. So, sorry about that. Hopefully you found it somewhat interesting listening to me talk about stuff that you probably read and listened to already. Sorry about that. But glory ranks are changing with the skill matchmaking changes. So the way that they're going to be changing it is they're now going to factor in your skill value. So whatever it is or however they do attach a skill value to you as a player, they're going to take your skill value into consideration when it comes to how much glory you gain and lose. So if you are someone who doesn't have that much glory and your skill rating is quite low and you end up winning against people that are much higher than you, you will get significantly more gains than someone who's just playing on the same level as their opponent. I like the change just because this is how most ranked systems work. If I am in a lobby with people that are significantly higher ranked than me and I earn the same amount from beating them, it feels kind of like some poopy pants. I don't want that. If I end up beating them, going against all of the odds and coming out successful, giving me more points because I did that, I think makes a lot of freaking sense. Also, they're going to be making losses less punishing to your streaks. Again, we don't have any specific details on any of this stuff. We just know the very general changes that they're going to be doing. So I don't know what that means specifically, but I like the sound of it. I think all of that in terms of changing comp seems really good. People can go in solo. If they end up beating people that are significantly higher skill value than them, they're going to get a bunch more glory. They're also going to not feel as bad when they lose their streak. I think that's all great. I think this is all a really good step forward to get more people embracing playing competitive. So let me know in the comments section what you guys think about all of this stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just waiting to hear about what the 3v3 heavy ammo was like. And if it's a good news, I'll be happy. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Currently, just so you guys know that what I'm working on a scout rifle video and I'm working on a Rat King video. So those are going to be videos that you will be getting pretty soon as I can actually get the gameplay for it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble. I'm rambling even more. And please do let me know what you think about all of the stuff mentioned in this video, because I would really like to have a conversation with you guys. Okay, thank you so much. Have an awesome day, and I'll speak to awesome people later.